people that are not in a vegetative state, and Joseph Biden. Welcome to another video. Today we are Bidening our time and having a wonderful, extraordinary evening. Grab your popcorn. This is going to be entertaining. Dude, Biden just slammed the Trump administration. Dude can't put a sentence together. He is a walking vegetable. I don't know what that even means. Slamming presidential. Look at the dislike ratio, and it's on CBS. It's on a leftist news network, and he's getting obliterated. Anyway, lock in, boys and girl. We are listening to the last speech he will ever give. He tries his best to blast the Trump administration. I mean, what did Trump even do? Make the country a safer place and get world trade in order and stop wars and shit? Yeah, not enough for Biden. He was too busy starting wars for any of that. Lock in, boys and girl. It's gonna be wild.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Dude, they're blasting music. You can't even hear him. You can't even hear him over the music. You've got to be shitting me. There's no way they play music. Okay, they turned the music off. They tried to drown him out with music. They were like, no, don't speak, bro. No.
Who deserve help.
Bro, give the sound guy a raise. That was incredible.
And paid for most of it.
I cannot believe that happened. I cannot believe how janky this shit is. This is on CBS, bro. I like when he doesn't realize the music is still playing when he starts his speech. Joe, he didn't even notice. He's a puppet. He's a puppet. He's literally being strung around. Someone's skinwalking under all that shit.
You know, my great friend, he is a great friend, Governor O'Malley. He,
right.
My dad, the Biden family started off in Baltimore. They don't say Baltimore, it's Baltimore. In Baltimore.
Oh, dude, the pity laugh in the crowd. The pity laugh. Trump is fucking hilarious. He's going around making jokes, making fun of fucking Biden whenever he can. He did a 2 a.m. interview on Air Force One, and he's like, when did Biden do a 2 a.m. interview? He never even did a 9 a.m. interview. And he's right. Oh, my God.
And, but we've been friends for a long time.
Right.
And I just want to say at the outset, if you ever want anybody on your team, whether it's an athletic team, whether you're in a battle, whether it's a political team, whether it's a team just trying to help, you want O'Malley.
What the fuck is a team just trying to help?
No, I mean...
Oh my God, we don't know how good we have it. We don't know how good we have it. Oh my God. We are unbidened from what has been.
He not only has political courage, he has physical courage. He's across the board. If ever want anybody standing next to me, I want O'Malley there with me. And I mean that sincerely.
He's just yapping. He's just yapping. Oh my God. Bro, we have a walking potato criticizing Trump.
Maryland, because Delaware, the second smallest state, we share the eastern shore of Maryland, but we're closer.
We share the shore of Maryland with Maryland. What do you even do, man?
And folks, you know, it's no surprise that he did a hell of a job when I asked him to be commissioner of the Social Security. And the reason I did that, it was not an ordinary transition for a governor. But I knew, I mean this is from the bottom of my heart, I knew...
Yeah, the guy who has no idea that he's even standing, not sitting right now, means something from the bottom of his heart.
He's someone with some guts, some toughness, who'd fight for every...
Yeah, he knows the thing about toughness. He was such a fucking pussy. Every single country started a war while he was president. Yemen at war. Congo at war. Israel at war. Russia at war. That's your legacy, Biden. You fucking skeleton. Gigantic pussy-ass bitch.
Single penny that it needed. That would try to restore the...
Dude, this is elder abuse. They pulled this man out of his goddamn coffin for this speech. This is elder abuse, goddammit.
And to everyone here today, I want to thank you, all of you, very much for this award. It means a great deal to me coming from you. And I mean that sincerely.
He has no idea who he's talking to.
You're in the front lines every single day.
Where was that respect for veterans when this guy was president? You're in the front lines talking about random bullshit, rich-ass Congress people. What are you talking about?
You're advocating for your fellow Americans, Americans with disability. It's a big deal. We talk about what happened in the physical side of it if we didn't have Social Security. Think of what the psychic calm gives so many people.
Psychic calm? What is he even reading a teleprompter? Like, I don't even, the psychic calm of Social Security, bro.
Who just don't know where to go.
No one knows.
How to traverse what needs to be done.
They traverse,
or
bro.
Alone. Last fall on the White House lawn, we celebrated the anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. As a United States Senator 400 years
Oh, shit.
ago,
Energy.
I was looking back on it. God almighty, I've been doing this 50 years.
Yeah.
It's hell turning 40 years old. Anyway, but
Oh
back...
my God. It's painful how unfunny this guy is. It's actually insane. They use necromancy to get this guy on the fucking stage. All right, wait, that's a winner. That's a winner freaking screenshot right there. Oh yeah, dude, at his best.
In the year 1990, I was the co-sponsor of the Americans with Disabilities Act as a United States Senator. In my view, and I suspect many of you, it was one of the most consequential...
He just changed topics completely. In my view, I suspect many of you...
civil rights laws
Oh, Lord.
in American history. That's what got me involved in politics in the first place. Delaware, like Maryland, was one of those states.
Sure.
We had all the vestiges of what was going on back in the day. We were one of those states that still... I remember moving from Scranton, Pennsylvania, down to Wilmington, Delaware, and Cole died. My dad moved back to where we could get a job. I remember I pulled into... My mom would drive us on the Philadelphia Pike connecting Wilmington and Philadelphia, and we lived in an apartment complex. And she'd drive us only about half a mile to Holy Rosary School.
Yeah, this has nothing at all to do with Social Security. I am, like, shocked. I'm shocked that they thought it was a good idea to dig him up for this speech.
Mom, but it was so dangerous, she wouldn't let us walk up because of Access Road.
Because Accidents Road.
We're pulling in.
Oh, God, what are we going to do, man?
The parking lot. And
it feels like so long ago that this guy was the leader of the free world, or whoever was handling this guy. People say that Trump is occupied and being manipulated. Oh, my God. What are you talking about? Bro, this guy is a wet paper napkin. He's telling a story in middle of talking about the front lines of Social Security.
I'd never seen hardly any black people in Scranton at the time.
What?
And I was only going in fourth grade.
What? Nah, dude. What? One more time.
Hardly any black, and I'd never seen hardly any black people in Scranton at the time I was only going in fourth grade. And I remember seeing the kids going by at the time called colored kids on a bus going by. They never turned right to go to Claymont High School. I wondered why. Asked my mom, why?
What?
So in Delaware, they're not allowed to go to school, in public school, with white kids, honey. That sparked my sense of outrage as a kid, just like, and these young...
That is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. I was a kid, I saw a colored bus of colored kids, black kids going on to school. My sense of outrage was sparked right then.
Kids right here can tell you things affect them when they learn about something that's really just unfair and unjust.
Kids affect them when they learn about things unjust. What is even happening? He doesn't have a single sentence. Not one sentence.
My dad was an honorable...
Bro learned black people existed when he was in fourth grade and his entire world changed. Yeah, this is still talking about Social Security somehow, but don't worry, it'll tie in.
Oh man, and my dad used to have an
This
expression.
is comedy. I love this so much.
He said, Joey, your job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity. It's about respect. It's about being able to look your kid in the eye and say, honey, it's going to be okay, and mean it.
Yeah, and then he pardoned his son for fucking bullshit. And I looked my kid in the eye, I said, it's okay, son. And then I pardoned him for his heinous crimes. You can't make this shit up. No.
That's what you're all about. That's what the legislation's about.
Who voted for
it's
him?
about dignity.
Right.
Simple dignity. Everyone
Oh my God.
deserves to be treated with dignity.
True.
Regardless of their standing, regardless of their economic situation, regardless of who they are.
Yeah.
Making sure that more than 60 million Americans who are living with disabilities are treated with dignity is who we are as Americans. That's
treating people with disabilities is who we are as Americans with dignity. Yeah, agreed. Anyway, what's the point? What is happening?
That's what it's about. I mean it.
Bro turned his volume up high for a minute there, started shrieking and spazzing out. He remembered, holy shit, I'm not supposed to look like a zombie. This is my last speech.
Dignity at work, at school, in their communities, in every corner of American life.
How do they not have... I'm so confused. How do these people not have dignity? Listen, I'm going to be real here. I'm going to say something that's controversial as fuck. There's a kid named Carmelo Anthony. He's a murderer. Allegedly. He murdered an innocent man named Austin Metcalf. Carmelo Anthony's a black kid, murdered a white kid, Austin Metcalf, murdered him. It was not self-defense from my perspective. He literally brought a knife illegally to the school campus, stabbed this kid in the heart. That kid is out on bail now. That was dropped. White privilege is dead. White privilege is dead. Everyone has dignity. All right? Come on, dude. Stop this shit.
Laws like the ADA need advocates like you. You're the ones that keep it going, God love you. You fight like hell every single day to make sure the law is respected.
What is he talking about? He's giving a speech to the Social Security people? Like, what are you even talking about? Trump is not cutting Social Security. That's a massive hoax. I cannot believe that people are still doing this shit. Okay, all right. For the record, they are cutting Social Security that is going to dead people and frauds and scams. They are not cutting Social Security. Bro, your speech could have been an email.
And your clients' rights are protected.
What are you talking about?
From the bottom of my heart, I mean this. I give you my word as a Biden. From the bottom of my heart.
I give you my word as a Biden. He had to pardon his entire family because they're sleazebags. His word as a Biden. Didn't keep a single promise he made before he went into presidency. Gave his word as a Biden. His sentences are just slapping his hands against the keyboard, and whatever fucking comes out is the shit that he says.
I say thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for your commitment to the dignity of all Americans. Because that's what ultimately this is about.
Yeah, shout out to the 2 million illegal immigrants that got Social Security numbers in 2023 alone. In that 1 year, 2 million illegal immigrants got Social Security numbers. Shout out to these guys for letting that happen.
Folks, today I want to talk to you about an issue that's front and center.
All right.
Right now for millions of Americans. Social Security. You know, some of you may know the Democrats have declared today the Save Social Security National Action Day. National Day of Action, I should say.
Are we? Oh my God, Trump made Gulf of America Day. He made Liberation Day. This is National Save Social Security Action Day. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves this day. What a great day.
We know just how much Social Security matters to people.
Bro, Social Security is not getting cut. He's literally a fraudster. You are lying to... I mean, he probably doesn't know he's a vegetable. But your handlers are lying, bro. Stop. Social Security is not getting cut. It's a hoax. It was disproved. It was debunked.
Everyone in this room fights for people with disabilities who rely on Social Security to survive. To survive. Not just the physical side.
Oh my God,
it's the mental side. It's the mental side.
The mental side.
Make sure folks get the benefits they earn after a lifetime of hard work. The work they do is more than just a profession. What you do, it's a calling. It's not just a profession. And Social Security is more than a government program. It's a sacred promise. We made it today, a sacred promise.
Bro did not mention God a single time in 4 years, and the sacred promise of Social Security.
73 million Americans receive Social Security.
And what about the 360-year-old Americans that are still receiving Social Security? What about them?
From their first paycheck for their entire life, they pay into Social Security.
I can't believe this guy didn't accept to do cognitive tests. I mean, he seems like he's all there.
In return, they count on Social Security to be for them when they're going to need it.
That wasn't a sentence.
Folks must never, ever betray that trust or turn our backs on that obligation. That's why during my presidency, we protected Social Security and made it stronger. Martin, the governor, can tell you.
Dude, Trump does speeches, he answers questions, he covers billions of topics. This guy is yapping and did not say anything of substance at all.
We came into office, Social Security Administration had its lowest staffing, she referenced it, lowest staffing levels in 50 years.
Okay.
And demand was going through the roof because of my generation, the baby boom generation, reaching the retirement age. So the demands on Social Security increased significantly.
Okay.
Our administration secured nearly $2 billion to reduce the backlogs and improve customer service.
Is he actually joking? Is he actually kidding me? Is his argument that they hired more people? We hired 1 million more people to work on this useless thing. It's great. No one likes it. Everyone complains. We have 1 million more of them. Dude. What is even going on? You fucked the economy, brother. What are we talking about? At least Trump put tariffs on to fuck the economy. You did it all by yourself.
Wait times for folks in need.
Right.
We're calling the 1-800 number. We got it down.
Yeah, the 1-800 number existed before Biden took office. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Under 13 minutes. It used to be 3 times that long when we took office. Made it easier for people to get help with their claims online. Reduced how long it takes to review a case.
Dude, what are we even talking about? Biden didn't do any of that shit. What is even going on? He's trying to take credit for online services?
We fixed the appeal system to make it uniform in all 50 states, which made a difference.
All 7 swing states.
We strengthened the anti-fraud measures to protect people's identities and to make sure benefits are going to people who actually they belong to.
Well, you failed. because DOGE figured out that millions of people were getting Social Security that were already dead. So you failed. It's okay. It's a good brag, but gigantic failure.
By the way, those 300-year-old folk getting that Social Security, I want to meet them because I like to figure out how they live.
Good joke, but Biden, he's dead. It was a fraud. You basically enabled millions of people to commit fraud. Why is he saying it so proudly? He puffs his chest out and he's like, hell yeah, I defrauded all these people.
Hell of a thing, man. I'm looking for longevity because it's hell when you turn 40 years old.
Oh my God.
But as a result, by the time we left office, we had improved every single line of customer service.
That just happened. Bro, I called customer service on Social Security. That shit is ass. Okay? That shit's ass. Dude is trying to take credit for inventing fucking voicemail. What is going on?
From applying for disability.
He can't be serious. He hired thousands of useless people.
To filing an appeal to reporting fraud.
Well, you don't need to invent a website where people can report fraud. You need to find fraud. Oh my God.
It all became more efficient and more effective. And I'll bet it made your jobs easier too in the process.
Yeah, because he hired 1 million people that didn't do shit.
Now these achievements,
What achievements?
may not sound so glamorous to most people, but you know, they're absolutely essential.
Right.
In my view, one of the most important jobs of any elected official is to make
You're shitting me. This? You're kidding me.
sure the government works for the people, works for all people. It's understandable. They can understand what it is.
So why has the government never been audited? Why were there trillions of dollars of deficits that, you know, they couldn't figure out where all that money went? Why were my tax dollars funding surprise butt sex in Afghanistan and underwater chicken tickling in Nepal? Okay? What are you talking about, Mr. Let's kill 150 million chickens, Biden?
Then we keep our promises.
Bro spent $10 million on a website per month. $10 million a month on a website. What are we talking about?
People, to all the people. That's exactly what we did, thanks to all of you. I also signed into law the Social Security Fairness Act. That act eliminated 2 unfair rules so public employees wouldn't get shortchanged. The government pension offset and the windfall elimination provision can never come in ever again.
Bro, this poor man, this is
As a
insanity.
result, more than
He's
2
literally
million
living in a delusion.
people are now finally receiving the full benefits they earned. And remember, we also faced a constant threat by some members, Republican members of the Congress, to cut and gut Social Security, period.
More fear-mongering. There's no cutting or gutting Social Security. None of that's happening.
Cut and gut it, period.
Yeah, it's not happening.
They wanted to let Social Security expire every 5 years. That was a proposal.
That's just a
Let it
proposal.
expire every 5 years unless reauthorized by the Congress. Who in the hell do they think they are? Every 5 years and then wait around and be... No,
You finished the thought.
I will not go further into trouble, but look, folks, can you imagine the chaos it would have charged? Every 5 years, Congress is going to step up. You imagine this Congress stepping up? They threatened to raise the retirement age as well. Now, that might not be a hardship for someone working in a comfortable job, but if you're on your feet all day,
You've got to be shitting me.
you're doing manual labor all day.
Well, don't worry, Biden, because your administration drove out all manual labor in the country to the point that people were broke and couldn't have jobs. You fucking didn't tariff China and let China take the entire manufacturing labor industry. The only person supporting people that are actually doing handiwork is Trump by bringing these jobs back to the country. And now he makes believe he cares about all these car companies that shut down.
You're working with a disability. It's a very different matter. And then they even tried
I would know. I've been working with a disability for 4 years.
to face forced cuts on Social Security during the negotiation of the
There
debt
aren't forced cuts of Social Security.
ceiling.
He's just
These are
lying.
wonderful guys.
Happened.
Last time this guy had the job, he raised the debt ceiling because of an enormous and profligate tax cut to the super wealthy. And
He's just lying again. It's painful to watch this shit. I mean, Trump literally, every economist says that Trump's first term was the most beneficial for the middle class tax-wise.
then he said, look, then they started talking to his colleagues. Well, maybe we can do something about Social Security, but we got to do something about the debt ceiling. How are we going to we can find the money in Social Security? Unless we do what they wanted. They wanted to cut Social Security.
He just keeps repeating it. It's the only thing he can say, and it's not even true. Bro, you know what they did do? They did find billions of dollars going to surprise underwater chicken tickling in Liberia. All right, they found that it turned out that, surprise, USAID was funding ISIS and Taliban members. All right, they found that the USAID was sending millions of dollars to Hamas terrorists to build terrorist tunnels under Gaza. They found all that shit. Oh my God, it's insufferable.
Not on my watch.
What do you mean not on your watch? You didn't do anything. Oh my God, dude. The constant vigilance of Joe Biden.
Refuse to go along with any of that. Look, Americans can always be able to count on these benefits. And let me pause a second here and say this. We talk about the physical needs.
Right. And the mental
Social
needs.
Security provides for people, particularly hardworking people, people retired, people on the edge.
But what about the mental needs?
It's a psychological impact.
There we go. Hell yeah. He only repeated that 6 times so far. I was wondering when he was going to say it again.
Profound.
True.
You're a man or a woman, you're 70s, 80 years old, you're not in good shape.
Oh my God, only if you're a man or a woman? Joseph Biden. Joseph Jebediah Biden. What about all the intersex, non-binary people, huh? Well, you jumped off that horse immediately, huh?
You have a disability, and you hear the check may not come.
Oh my God, stop!
How do you sleep at night?
Good question. Ask CNN why they were fear-mongering that Social Security is getting cut by Trump. Fantastic question. I think you should definitely look into why the leftist media was pushing the propaganda that Social Security was getting cut.
How do you sleep at night? We lived up in Wilmington in a 3-bedroom home, a new development, 40 homes, with 4 kids and a grandpa living with us. And I remember our headboard was near my dad's, mom's room.
Okay.
And you could tell.
I heard them having sex all the time. That was crazy. My grandpapa and my mom.
When Dad was restless, I remember asking one night my mom, "What's the matter with Dad?" The next morning, she just found out that we're not gonna provide insurance anymore where he works.
Yeah, he invented that story. But also, that has very little to do with Trump, being that happened 100 years ago.
Well, imagine if you're somebody who's been struggling your whole life.
Hey, Biden, that 3-bedroom house, that was a $10,000 house. Why are the markets mega fucked right now? Why can you not buy a house for less than $1 million?
You literally count on Social Security to buy your food, just to get by.
What? What was that?
You hear the threats.
Dude!
Buy.
Oh my Lord. This is crazy, bro. What is... Dude looks like a skinwalker. Bro looks like the Titan. I love how he's talking like he wasn't the president of the United States that could have fixed all this shit. Bro, you had a shot.
And you hear the threats of what may happen. Many of these beneficiaries, that's their only income. If they were cut or taken away, it'd be devastating for millions of people. And the psychological pressure we put people under by having this debate is absolutely devastating.
What debate?
That's why we work so damn hard to make social.
What's he even talking about? Oh my God, Johnny Bad.
That's why I asked the governor to take over, by the way. But look what's happened now.
Dude, this might be the worst speech of speeches.
Fewer than 100 days, this new administration has done so much damage and so much destruction.
What fucking planet is this man on? I am telling you, they literally made him go up and say this shit. He has no idea what's going on. What are you talking about? Oh my God.
I can't believe it. I walked out and I was like, wow, there are so many less illegal immigrants getting Social Security. That's fucked up, kids.
It's kind of breathtaking it could happen that soon.
What happened? What changed?
They've taken a hatchet to the Social Security Administration.
He's literally lying! What do you even do about this? He can just go out there and lie and shit. Nothing's gonna happen. Bro, none of this happened, bro. Literally, stop. Biden, under your fucking watch, egg prices went up, gas prices went up, grocery prices went up. Right now, in just 3 months, egg prices, grocery prices, gas prices are all down. You are literally wrong, with all due respect. And he's not axing Social Security. Literally at all. That shit is not happening. You are making it up. He is stopping fraud in Social Security. It is insanity that we're still having this discussion.
Pushing an additional 7,000 employees, 7,000 out the door in that time, including the most seasoned career officials. Now they're getting ready to push thousands more out the door. Already we can see...
He's upset that they're firing people that don't do their job? No wonder America was in debt. Bro, stop!
The effects, for example, thousands of people use the Social Security website.
Dude, and Democrats sitting out there yelling and screaming about fact-checking. This entire speech so far was, Social Security's good, I made it, I saved it, I refurbished it. He didn't, by the way. And Trump bad because Trump is axing it, which he's not, by the way. That's the entire speech. They brought out the fucking Necronomicon to bring this guy back from the dead to give this speech. And it's all hooey.
Every single day to check on their benefits and submit their claims.
Well, they need
But
a hobby.
now, the technology division of Social Security Administration has been cut in half. And so the website's crashing. People can't sign on to their accounts.
Yeah, because of the fear-mongering of the media. The media told everyone your Social Security is getting axed, so everyone went on the website and all that traffic crashed the website. That's the media's fault. Classic media fear-mongering L. It's like telling trans people that they're gonna be genocided and thrown in concentration camps. That shit's not happening, all right? But the trans people, they're freaking out.
What do you think it does to that woman's living alone?
What woman?
At 74 years checking, just not able to even find
He did
it.
a woman.
She can't find out.
He invented a woman with mental issues that's stressed about this.
What that disability claim that she had.
Oh my
She
God.
can't file a new disability claim.
She can't file the disability claim because the leftist fucking media fear-mongered people into crashing the site. It is literally the Democrats' fault that the 74-year-old retarded lady can't actually access the site. It is their fault. Stop being a pussy little bitch.
A lot of these people are being told incorrectly that their benefits have ended. Folks,
All right, folks.
imagine the panic that causes.
Oh my God.
You're
So what's the
tired of
what's the
being alone.
solution? You were president, bro.
With only Social Security to depend upon. So now people are overwhelming the phone lines.
Because
Showing
of
up at the
you!
local Social Security office.
What do you think this speech that Biden is giving is gonna do? These people are all retarded. Biden, what do you think this speech is gonna do? He is making more panic. More people are gonna call. It's gonna overwhelm the phone lines. It's gonna crash. It is people like this glowing, leveled, skin-walking retard. It is these people that are causing the chaos, which I appreciate from a content standpoint. Definitely subscribe for more chaos. We will always be here to make fun of retards. But dude, you are enforcing this in people's mind. Dude, why'd they dust this man off for this shit?
Tearful and frantic and told, do you have an appointment? In that tone, by the way. I can give you a personal example if I want.
Well, are you shitting on now the people working at Social Security that they're rude? That isn't even making fun of Trump. Now you're just making fun of the people that you hired. Your administration hired these extra people. Oh my God, he's such a fucking loser. It's crazy.
Going to the
Right.
To cap it all off, serious people are now generally concerned for the first time in history.
In
For
history.
the first and only time in history.
What?
That Social Security benefits may be delayed or interrupted.
What the fuck is he talking about? For the first time in history, people are worried about Social Security. Yep, the Jews in Nazi Germany that were getting murdered in the Holocaust, even they knew that they had Social Security benefits. The cavemen that were banging rocks against each other, those guys, at least they knew that they had a 401k. At least they knew that they'd be taken care of if they were retarded. Yeah, but for now, for the first time in history, this is happening, even though it's not. Hell yeah, amen.
Folks, let's put this in perspective. In the 90 years
Yeah.
since Franklin Roosevelt created the Social Security system,
So seriously.
people have always gotten their Social Security checks. They've
Since the system was implemented, the system was implemented. All right.
gotten them during wartime, during recessions, during a pandemic. No matter what, they got them. But now, for the first time ever, that might change. It would be
It's not
calamity
changing.
for millions of families.
It's not
millions of
happening.
people.
Dude, do they pay this man to go and fearmonger? They wanted to put Biden's recognizable face because he was the president for 4 years. They wanted to take his recognizable face and they wanted to fucking put him on the screen and fearmonger to people. This is their Hail Mary to increase themselves in the polls. Right now, the Democratic Party has a 19% approval rating. They thought if you fearmonger enough, maybe more people will actually love us. But that shit doesn't work, obviously, because that's why you're at a 19% approval rating. So they got Biden out here to fearmonger and put a face behind the claims that Trump is axing Social Security. They know it's a lie. They know they're using Biden. In my opinion, this is elder abuse. I think this is legitimately elder abuse. That they're taking this man, he obviously doesn't know what the fuck is going on. They put him out there to say and spew some shit. Weird.
The current Secretary of Commerce doesn't seem to get it.
They get it. It's not happening.
Based on his comments, he doesn't seem to even care.
What are you talking
Remember
about?
what he said the other day. And by the way, he's a billionaire. God love him, as my mother would say.
What does that face. He's so mad. Bro, the Democratic Party gets so much more funding from billionaires than the Republican Party. If you look at every state with a lot of billionaires, they're all Democrat states. New York has the most billionaires. California has the second most billionaires. They're both very blue states. You're lying. These people have the billionaires. They're the rich people's side. Look at the face he's making. Oh my God. They're literally, their entire party right now is trying to convince you that the oligarchy, it's the oligarchy that's there. They're controlling everybody. Oh my Lord.
Paying 8.5% in taxes. Anyway, billionaires, I don't know what he's paying. But when he talked about the possibility of Social Security checks not going out this month, he shrugged it off. Here's what he said. He said his 94-year-old mother-in-law wouldn't complain, wouldn't bother her. She's probably a lovely woman. No kidding. Her son-in-law is a billionaire. What about that 94-year-old mother?
What the fuck argument is happening?
All by herself. Doesn't have a billionaire in the family. Or all the retirees who depend on that monthly check to feed themselves. All those people with disabilities have no other source.
It doesn't stop.
What about all those people?
Nothing's happening to them. This entire
folks.
Speech is on something that doesn't exist.
So they should desperately need you. Folks, it's not just the Secretary of Commerce. We heard how others, emboldened by this administration, talk about Social Security.
He's inventing an issue.
One of them called it a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme? What the hell are they talking about?
Oh my God.
People earn these benefits. They paid into that benefit. They rely on that benefit. And no one should take it away.
No one's taking it away.
Franklin Roosevelt had a different view.
Oh Lord.
He was president coming out of the Great Depression.
Oh my God.
He and all his colleagues saw great suffering, so much poverty. He also took steps to raise standard of living for ordinary Americans, including...
It's just mind-boggling that I hear Biden actually talking about raising the standard of living for ordinary Americans. When the housing market went so out of control, no one even has a prayer or a hope to buy a home in America anymore. Unless you're literally in the top 10%. You have no chance of buying a house. Thanks to you. That is unbelievably shitty. Like, how could you sit there and grandstand?
Creating Social Security. He himself was from a very wealthy family. He didn't need Social Security, but understood how much it would mean to millions of Americans. He knew it would make America stronger in the process, and it has. It makes our economy stronger. It makes the community stronger. It makes families stronger.
Oh, God.
It gives peace of mind. That's what the vast...
So is his argument that Social Security is all about peace of mind, and right now people are stressed because the Democrats are fear-mongering? This is insane. This is crazy.
The majority of Americans, including many wealthy Americans, still support, thank God, Social Security. And very wealthy billionaires still support Social Security. They may
now the billionaire guys.
They know.
Your billionaires, they're bad guys. My billionaires, those are great. I love my billionaires.
Social Security deserves to be protected for the good of the nation as a whole.
And it is. Nothing's happening.
You gotta ask yourself, why is this happening?
It's not happening.
Why are these guys taking aim at Social Security now?
They're not. They're cutting the fraud.
Well, they're following that old line.
What line?
Tech startups.
What?
The quote is, move fast, break things.
Based.
They're certainly breaking things.
They should. Break shit. Yeah.
They're shooting first and aiming later.
Yeah.
As a result...
Shoot first, ask questions later.
The result is a lot of needless pain and sleepless nights.
It's not true. It's not happening. You're fear-mongering.
My friend Governor O'Malley knows what they're really up to. He says, and I love his quote, they want to wreck it so they can rob it. They want to wreck it.
Elon Musk lost billions of dollars. Trump lost millions of dollars. They're not wrecking it to rob it, bro. What are you talking about? The tariffs tanked the stock market. Everyone knew that would happen. Oh my God, these people are insane. They're insane. They're crazy. They're literally all insane people.
So they can rob it.
And another thing Trump is doing. He's deporting terrorists. I can't believe it.
In order to deliver huge tax cuts to billionaires and big corporations and keep it going.
Yeah, that's not happening. I mean, it is happening, unfortunately, because that's the thing that always happened, but that's not a Trump issue.
To make permanent the 2017 tax cuts, which overwhelmingly benefited the wealthiest Americans and the biggest corporations.
He's just lying. It overwhelmingly benefited the middle class. If you look at any economist that looked at Trump's first term.
That's going to cost $5 trillion. Where are they going to get $5 trillion to pay for it? Other than continue to run the deficit up.
Well, I mean, Mr. Biden, you didn't have tariffs on China, but China had tariffs on you. So you pay trillions of dollars to China. You also directly funded with USAID all this bullshit. Yeah, it's your fault.
What do they always do? By running up the national debt, number one.
Trump is the only guy that lowered the national debt in the history of America. in his first term. What is even happening?
By taking the money from someplace else. What are the two big pots of money out there in raw numbers? Social Security and Medicaid.
Oh my God, this is retarded.
Well, from other programs that people rely on and have paid into. Republicans, where these guys are willing to hurt the middle class and the working class.
They're not doing that. The working class and middle class overwhelmingly benefited from Trump's tax cuts.
Greater wealth, they're already very wealthy. Who in the hell do they think they are? I really think, I mean, just basic decency.
What are you talking about? Dude pardoned Fauci. He pardoned everyone that he was even remotely, I mean, maybe he did. Maybe someone else did in his name. Biden, you destroyed the middle class. The Necrons woke up early and they sent their stupidest soldier.
I think anybody should go out. They can make $1 billion a year. They can, fine. Pay your fair share.
Oh, God.
You know what the average, we have 1,000 billionaires in America. You know the average federal tax they pay? 8.2%. Anybody want to trade that number, what you're paying?
I mean, he's right.
Close.
He's right. There are a lot of scams, a lot of flim-flams, a lot of ways that billionaires get tax cuts. Absolutely, you're right. But that is not at all having anything to do with Trump. And they literally did that under your presidency, too. They got one person fucking clapping in the audience to validate this old man.
Let me close. I'm sorry to go on so long, but it's just, anyway.
Yeah, it was just yapping.
I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania as a kid, and then Claremont, Delaware.
Oh, this again.
Middle-class towns, working-class towns.
Right, so I heard.
Places where people worked hard all their lives with the promise that they'd be able to retire someday with a little bit of dignity. Because they've been paying in a thing called Social Security since the very paycheck they ever earned.
This was the Hail Mary. This was, you just know that you got some Democrat fucking think tank and they're like, listen, we're going to put Biden out there and we're going to have him just lie and shit. Like, this isn't going to come back on any of us, so we'll all still be able to run in 2028. But we're going to send this guy out there. He is going to fucking lie and shit, stir up some real drama. People are going to get scared as fuck, and it's going to be amazing. You know that that's what happened.
These people get knocked down every day, learn to get up. My dad's one expression, you get knocked down, just get up, get up. They get up every day. The last thing they need
This is the worst speech I've ever
from
heard.
their government is deliberate cruelty. It's about people and neighbors across the country who look out for each other.
What?
You don't see empathy. They don't see it as a sign of weakness.
Well, what is he talking about? Social Security is good because neighbors look out for each other and empathy is not weakness. Holy shit.
They see empathy as a decent instinct.
Uh-huh.
They don't see cruelty.
Tell that to the women that got beaten up in sports by transgender people that have biological advantages. Tell that to them. Explain empathy to the women that got their skulls shattered by biological men in boxing.
As a sign of strength.
Explain the empathy to the 300,000 children that went missing by the border over your presidency. Explain the fucking empathy to the victims of rapists, terrorists, pedophiles, illegal immigrants that entered the country because you opened the fucking border. Explain that.
Social Security is about more than retirement accounts. It's about honoring a fundamental trust
Oh my God.
between government and people.
There is no trust between government and people. You fucking locked people in their homes during COVID. You gave them shots that you claimed had no side effects, and they did. What are you talking about?
A peace of mind
Oh my God.
for those
This
who work.
dude fucking ruined an entire generation of children, locking them in their houses for 2 years. Okay? What are you saying?
Work their whole lives.
The trust of government
So
and
they can
people.
rest assured they'll have a chance. They'll get back some of what they earned and what they deserve. But more than anything else, I mean this sincerely.
Yeah, sincerely.
And as my friend says, maybe it's the Irish of it in me, but it's about who we are as Americans. Who are we? What makes us distinct from the rest of the world?
I don't know. You let in so many illegal immigrants, I am not sure anymore, to be honest.
It comes down to basic, in my view, fundamental American values. Nobody's king.
Yeah.
Nobody's the boss. Everybody has
Says the guy with a really suspicious 2020 election. Nobody's king.
a shot. All people asking for is a shot. Honesty, decency, where hard workers rewarded. Have some faith in each other. Fairness, simple fairness.
Right. You have the one person coughing in the
You can't go
background.
on like this as a divided nation, as divided as we are. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. It's never been this divided.
Yeah. Sounds like a you issue,
Granted,
bro.
it's roughly 30%.
I mean, you say it's divided and shit because obviously people are mad, but I don't know if you looked at the polls. Trump has an all-time high approval rating from both terms so far. I don't want to be rude here.
It's a 30% that has no heart. What we see in America, that's what we believe in. Fairness.
bro.
That's it.
Should not have let him out of the crypt.
Walk away from.
They should have kept him in the crypt.
Folks, I mean this. I know it sounds trite, but I have to remember who we are.
Yeah, the Lich escaped from Adventure Time.
We're the United States of America. The United States of America.
Dude.
Most unique country in the history of the world, and that's not hyperbole.
Dude, can you believe this guy was president? Can you believe this guy was president? Bro was one step away from looking at the audience and telling them, "Return the slab or suffer my curse."
Every other nation was founded because of religion, geography, ethnicity. We're the only nation in the world founded on an ocean. We hold these truths to be self-evident.
Yeah, right.
That all men and women are created equal, endowed by their Creator. That's the one thing united. It's an idea. Every other nation it's an idea.
What's the idea?
Dude,
Dude, this is painful. It's shocking that we had to go through this for 4 years.
From just basic fundamental decency.
It's mind-blowing.
Folks.
Dude, if you
Sorry
support
to
this
so
guy,
long,
if you miss this guy or support this guy, you are so lost.
I feel deeply about this. You know, you've heard me say it before and I'll say it again. There's nothing beyond the capacity of America to do when we do it together.
Yep, and they voted for Trump in all 7 swing states. Majority vote, all the states.
Let's do it together. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you for what you do. And thank you for this wonderful award.
God bless our troops. Thank you for what you do. Yeah, anyway, I was gonna go back to his crypt now. Too big to rig, that's what I say. Hell yeah, it was a honestly, I'm happy we watched this speech just by the fact that it's so nice to see what we almost had again. This is just a camel-a-tear speech. Holy shit. Insane. Actual Necron back from the crypt. Thanks so much for being here. Endless content, endless chaos. Bro's a retard. Hell yeah. I do believe it's just fear-mongering. That was painful. Fuck you for recommending it, but also thank you. I appreciate you guys. All right, big video. Hopefully soon. Have a wonderful evening. And hearing him say, "God bless our troops" after what he did in Afghanistan might be the biggest slap in the face I've ever seen in my life. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.